Girl, the Gorilla Glue girl was lying through her damn teeth, okay?
You think so?
Look at lace wigs, right? They use glue to put those down. They don't come up because the glue is insufficient. They come up because our body is moving outward. It's alive. We got dead skin cells. We got oil. And we got sweat coming out at all times, like at all times. And the hair is also shedding. So everything's pushing outward, right? If you put something on there, it's only going to last until stuff pushes it off. And so same thing should have happened with Gorilla Glue. The Gorilla Glue girl, she said it had been a month. That's where she lied. I don't know if she actually used Gorilla Glue or not. Maybe she did, but she used it that day. She didn't use it no month ago because the hair is growing. So it would have moved. The skin is shedding, dead skin cells. The oil is coming out. The sweat is coming out. All of that would have pushed that Gorilla Glue. If it was a helmet, in fact, it would have moved up off of her head because of all that stuff. And then you would see all the gunk coming off of her scalp too. That it wasn't no month. She made that up. She was lying through her damn teeth.
She made money off that.
She did. And some surgeon did too. And here is the question that nobody asks. What is a surgeon? Surgeons are trained to cut people open. She didn't have anything internal that needed to be cut open to figure it out. It was on her hair.
Yeah.
If anything, maybe a dermatologist, because it's affected her skin. Her scalp is her skin, and if it's on, but listen, whole made up thing, and they just ran with the hype. They literally just ran with the hype. It's crazy. I wish I could be so lucky. Just ran with the hype, because then you find out later on that she's not of great character, because like she had a daycare going at her house, and one of the families walked in and saw a whole bunch of kids, but no her. Went walking around and found her asleep in the bed. And I'm talking about little kids. It wasn't a single school ager in sight. It was little kids.
I didn't hear about that.
One of them was in a car seat. Yes, I did. I don't know how, but probably because I'll be telling people that she's a liar. She lied. She lied about that there. But I mean, I get it. We're at a weird time in history where the crazier thing, the crazier the thing, the viraler it goes, and people see a opportunity to turn it into dollars, and so do I. So I'm not mad at them. I just don't have one. I don't have a thing yet. I haven't come up with anything. I don't. Somebody coming out and figuring out my lie would be embarrassing. I don't like that. I don't like that.
That feels so good.
I'm glad you like it, because after these, for the next month, 2 months, it's gonna have to be all gentle, and it gets more vigorous as we get closer to the 2-month mark. But at the very first one, it's like I feel like I'm working to clean your scalp off, get the dead skin cells, get the oil, get the sweat off, but I'm not able to make it feel good. I mean, it probably does. People don't tell me. It probably does feel good still, but it's not the same by a long shot. It's all gentle and everything. Try not to disturb the parts and whatnot, because that first wash, they can come undone. So the water pressure gotta go down.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But usually the second wash, I turn it up a little bit. It just gradually increases until I'm able to do it just like this again. Your hair's gonna lock super quick now that I'm seeing it. It's thick.
Yeah.
Got a tight curl.
Yeah.
Not super tight, but it's pretty tight. Don't lock fast. Easily. No ugly stage. Promise. Remember I said that. I want you to look back on this and see if you had one, because you're gonna have locked in 2 months. Provided you follow the system. Which I recommend going ahead and booking them next couple appointments, because the holidays Actually, we might end up on 3 weeks just because of New Year's, but I don't know. You might want to check it. And 3 weeks is okay, but it's not better than 2. I'm just saying. And how fast it goes versus like, and then how smooth they look. Because you've seen some with like lumpy ends and stuff. Lumpy ends is all about that beginning. How did the beginning go? Ends are smooth.
I want my locks to be
Smooth.
thick. Oh my! I be seeing people with thick locks.
You don't got thick.
I love it.
You
said
won't.
no?
You don't got thick.
Really? It's not gonna be thick. I always thought it
You're
was
gonna have a
thick.
lot of hair. You have thick hair.
Oh, gotcha.
But thick locks is dependent upon a loose curl pattern, like a big size lock, like wicks break off. Have you noticed the trend of rappers cutting all their hair off?
Yeah.
It happens because they got wicks.
Yeah.
No, they got wicks. It fell out. A couple months, 6 months max. Like wicks are gonna fall out. Wicks fall out, and anything too big for the curl pattern is gonna fall out. Wicks are just extremely too big. I can put you right at the limit, like as big as they can be without breaking off.
Oh no, I
But
don't want wigs. I just want them to be, you know.
No, I mean,
I
won't do wicks. I'm not. But as big as they can be without breaking off, because what be the point if you get them and then they're gonna break off?
Yeah.
But which is it's bigger than your curl pattern, but it's not big enough. Like I can't go too big. They will break. And then it's also uncomfortable. Retwists hurt when they're too big. Yeah, you don't want to be in pain just to get your hair done. That's not fun. But there's a lot of stuff that the girls don't be talking about. They come on and they're happy with their hair, and sometimes they're happy in person too, but sometimes they're actually concerned, but they don't tell the internet that. They tell me. Same with the sister locks. Same thing. They break off. Too big, too small.
So I ain't nothing I can tell you.
Yeah. Too big or too small, they both break. So the micros, the thing about the micros is that they last longer. They last longer than wicks. Because when they're too small, they just it just stunts your growth. I don't know if you noticed, but I noticed that sister locks and micro locks take 3-4 years to grow.
Yeah,
whereas in 3-4 years, I got hair down past the bra line.
I noticed it.
I don't know what they're doing. I don't know. They don't notice it, but I notice it. And the girlies, they don't be complaining because that retie costs a lot of money and it takes a lot of hours. It's dumb. Why would you even do that to yourself? Like that's crazy. That's too many. They're too small. They break off. They usually in the beginning keep trying to mat together, which is why they're not growing, because they're trying to get some kind of stability. They're not big enough. There's a curl pattern that everybody has. Everybody's is different. So you got to work with it. So when you see somebody with thick, the juicy locks that you like, and they're healthy, they have a looser curl pattern. You see somebody with teeny tiny little locks and they look healthy, because you've seen the teeny tiny ones that look terrible. Then you see the teeny tiny ones that look good. When you see the teeny tiny ones that look good and healthy, they have the curl pattern that can support that. And the people working against it, you can see that their hair is broken. When they have big fat locks and then you see all that loose afro around them, it broke. They connected it at one point. It broke off. It tried, but it can't reach that far from the curl. There's a place your curl is growing at. It's just unorganized right now. And it's trying to be in that spot. And when you pull it too far away from that spot, it pulls itself right back to the spot that it's supposed to be in. If it has to break in the process, it does. It's good when the hair breaks and it's just short hair, because sometimes it breaks right out the scalp and then you end up with balding. So when you see people with balding and their locks don't look healthy, same thing happened, except instead of the hair breaking, the scalp broke and the hair just kept pulling out, and they grew back, and then they pulled it out, and then it grew back. And eventually they're thin and bald, and we don't know which one you are. We don't want to find out. You feel me? We do not want to find out that your follicles are weak and they're going to pull out if you pull the hair too far, too many times. That's why I ain't got no edges. See? No edges. Pulled them out too many times. Pulled them out too many times. I learned the hard way. I crawl so the rest of y'all can walk and run. I pulled all my edges out, put in a ponytail. That's it. Ponytail every day. Tight ponytail too. Eyes looking Asian. Yes.
And it's still breaking off.
I didn't even know. I didn't even know until one day I was pulling it up and it was like, dang, that's thin. You can see my scalp right through my hair being pulled up. Ooh, it don't look good. That's why I shave it now, because it just don't look good.
So it don't grow back, even like it don't grow back.
Around it, there's a part that there's hair at, but there's a bald patch through the middle, and you can see right through it whenever it's long. Eek. Yes. No. The hair don't want to be pulled that far from where it's growing. It definitely don't want to be pulled tight and big. When they're too big for the curl pattern, they actually do both of those things. And we got that mega soap. Again, your curl pattern isn't super tight, but it's tight though. It's not a loose one, but it's not super tight. And it's a little silky. It got a little silky to it. It's some white people down the line, probably. It right is. That's a little bit. It's a little silky. It's a little silky. Up in here, it looked like heat damage, but then when I so it might this might not curl up as much as it's supposed to.
Yeah, I'm supposed to cut it.
It still got some curl, but it might not curl up as much as the scalp area because I can see that it's tighter and then they get loose right there. But it curled up right now, so I'm putting my conditioner on there. It might come all the way back.
I could have lauded the man. I was so.
I used to do braids, everything. I had to slowly retire from certain stuff because of different hazards. Like braids started to hurt really bad, but then natural hair started to hurt really bad. But when I was straightening natural hair, I would section it out in the way that it was going to be styled in, and then I would put like loose twists, and I would put like 2-strand twists. And then set you under the dryer till that's mostly dry. And then I would blow dry it at the end just to straighten it a little bit before I did my heat. But it was already mostly straight because the twist pulled it right, and it had been drying, so it was mostly pulled. It was pulled straight a lot already, and then so I didn't have to do a lot of pulling with the blow dryer, and then I didn't have to do as much with the flat iron either because it wasn't so. But this blow drying the whole thing is like a lot of heat damage, like more than the hot comb or the flat iron would be doing. It's crazy how much damage you can do from a blow dryer. I don't recommend it. I don't do a lot of blow drying work. And so Locs really worked well for me because
So
I like putting people under the dryer.
you said you stopped because your back?
With natural hair? No,
Yeah.
my hands was cramping up.
Oh,
Yeah,
gotcha.
because it's a lot. See, with locks, I do literally one rectangle and then one square at a time. I don't have to comb out. I don't try to comb out. Like whatever I'm combing out right now, that's the extent of the combing out that I'm going to do until I comb out each square individually, one at a time. And so it doesn't hurt to do that. But it hurts when you're trying to section it and comb out a section, and I'm holding it with one hand like this, and I'm trying to do it healthy without breaking it, but my hand is cramping up and it's on fire. The other hand trying to hold the comb is cramping, and now the comb want to fall out your hand. I had to let it go. I used to braid and all that stuff. But yeah, I would part it out and put you under the dryer. Like I wouldn't sit and try to blow dry it from wet. Well, I mean, I don't know. They're not requiring licenses for natural hair, but they should for heat. And they should for cuts. Because most people don't know how to cut right. Unfortunately. But yeah, it's not super tight, but it's not super loose either. It's gonna be a nice medium size, naturally.
That's good.
They probably be juicy to you.
Yeah.
I don't know what juicy is to you. But I think you're gonna like it though. I mean, the thing about it is it almost always fits the person, you know? The way that it's, I mean, why would God make it like that? You know, God made it, it's going to be your favorite look of your life, right? And that's what makes it be like, because it's like, this is how I'm supposed to look. This is what the curls that God gave me organized out, this is how they look. And it'd be cute on every person when they're organized. When they're not organized, sometimes it'd be cute, sometimes they don't. It just depends. But when they're organized, mathematically, because it's math.
They look so good. I've been looking at some.
It look like art. People
so
be telling
good.
me it's art. I be telling them it ain't art. It's not art at all. It is math. It is science. And when you do the math and the science correct, it's like the art creates itself. But you ever heard of Fibonacci sequence? Okay, so the Fibonacci sequence is a mathematical equation where you add two numbers together, and then whatever the answer is, you add the answer to the last number. So 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 plus 1 is 3, 3 plus 2 is 5, and so on and so forth. The number gradually gets bigger, but eventually it starts getting big really fast because you're adding those last two numbers together and they get big. Well, they find that math everywhere in the universe. The actual universe, the Milky Way galaxy, is a big giant spiral. DNA, human DNA, is a spiral that maths out the exact same math. The waves of the ocean, same math. The spiral in the middle of a rose, same math. Sunflower, same math. It's all that same math. When you graph it, when you add those numbers up like that, and then you math them out on a graph, how do you say that? Graph it out. I don't know how you say that. I hated geometry, but that's besides the fact. When you put that on a graph, it turns into a spiral, and that spiral is found in everything that exists around us. Starfish belly, just everything, right? There's also a spiral with that same math on the top of everybody's head. And that's when it all clicked for me. It's like, oh, it really is math. I've been telling people it's math. The whole time it's math. It really is math. I just could tell that I was following a pattern. I wasn't deciding the pattern. I was following the pattern. So in the beginning, whenever somebody would ask me to start their locks a certain way, I would attempt to do that. It just never worked as well as when I would do it based off of just my instinct. I was just going with instinct. And my instinct said to match up the part with the curl that I'm working on. Because, well, what really happened is whenever I made it small or I made it bigger, it unraveled before I got to the next one. Or before I finished the row, they were coming unraveled, they were poofing up at the scalp. But then when I would go and comb them out, because this is the thing, that's the part that most people miss. When I would go and comb them out and then do them over and change them, whether it be make them bigger or make them smaller, they would stay. I didn't need a clip, I didn't need nothing. So a lot of people, you'll see their starter locks, they have clips all over the head. One clip for each one. That's a lot of clips, and them clips are hot under the dryer, I must say. But I don't clip at all for my starter locks. I don't need to clip. I don't need to clip. It's tight to the scalp, and and it don't come down because it's the same size. It's the size that it's supposed to be. It sits perfectly there. And even as it grows, people come in for their first 2-week retwist and be like, I don't even know if I need my hair done because it looks almost the same. But you do need your hair done. It is. It makes a difference. I've noticed that over the years too, but it's been 20. It's been 20, so it's been a long time. So it's proven itself to me. That's why I'm so confident, because I've seen it over and over and over. And then I saw bad stuff in the beginning. I saw lots of bad stuff when I first started.
You learn.
And I was just paying attention, and I wanted to understand why this person's hair is not as healthy as this person. But this person I see every 2 weeks. This person I see every 3 months. The person that I see every 2 weeks, his hair is healthier than the person that I see every 3 months. And it started to show a pattern. When I start to look over people's appointments and be like, okay, well, it's been 6 months since I've seen you. It makes sense that half your head is on the pillow. Yeah. Because they break. Okay, sit down. They low maintenance, but they not no maintenance.
What you say? Low maintenance, not no maintenance.
Not no maintenance. And every 6 weeks is not